Sandbox's official Sandbox mode has been out for at least a month or two now since Gary announced it in a blog post. I posted an uncut gameplay video of the current state of the Sandbox mode, and while many people were initially excited to finally have the one thing they were asking for so long, it seems like others didn't really understand that this is an early look at the unfinished version of the game mode. While I do agree with some people that the official Sandbox mode is quite lacking in terms of features, tools, and more, it's very obvious that Gary is still working on it with adding things that make the mode what it is, and of course with Sandbox itself still not out yet. But at the same time, instead of waiting on Gary to add these new features while he works between the Sandbox mode and other features for the Sandbox platform, there's alternatives that I think you should check out. Now, I did make a video a couple months back talking more about a slew of new Sandbox stealth games that are already available on the Sandbox platform. And while each of these games provides the same thing, they all slightly differ on different takes on the mode. Sandbox Classic was made as a fork of the older official version that Facepunch made a year ago, and builds on top of it by adding more features that would have came to that mode. Sandbox 2 was created in the same style as Gmod's Sandbox mode, with the menu replicating the look of Gmod, including the server browser and even down to the spawn menu. Sandbox Plus was a working Sandbox game mode that allowed you to create objects and more with wire mod built into it, and takes aspects from both Sandbox Classic and Sandbox 2, but the reason why I'm saying it was a working Sandbox mode is because it obviously no longer works. So as of this video, you can't play it because it just won't launch. Now, there has been some newer Sandbox games that I can inform you about, as these are two new ones that have to be added to this list. DXplorer is a Sandbox mode made with the DXRP Foundation, which is essentially DarkRP if it had a Sandbox mode and was the main focus, if that even makes any sense. DXplorer's feature set is basically built around the same style of DarkRP with its UI, with some additional options of a wire mod built in and world options. And the latest Sandbox mode to come out is Bolt Sandbox. Now, what does Bolt Sandbox make different from all the other Sandbox modes I just mentioned? Well, hopping into a game, you'll see it seems fairly bare bones until you... Wait, do I have a finger gun? Anyways, pressing Q to bring up the spawn menu in this mode goes a bit further. It first launches you in the Entity section, which was recently just added to the official Facepunch made Sandbox mode, but it's now also a part of Bolt Sandbox, allowing you to spawn in different entities if you'd like. On the left, you can see that there's other tabs like Library, Models, NPCs, and Weapons. On the right, you can see all the tools available, which are Constraints, Construction, and Render tools. You also have Utility, which provides admin and cleanup tools for your game. So Bolt Sandbox recently added NPCs, which you can spawn that are either friendly or enemy, including zombies. And what's really cool is you're able to also spawn in other weapons which were added to use them, such as Flamethrower. Most of the gameplay that I have for Bolt Sandbox was pretty much testing it out with the creators of the game from their dev group, Bolt Collective, and some randoms that got into the game. It's really cool to see how much in depth you can get with this version of the Sandbox mode, as there's tons of options you can choose from. While it's playable, there's still a ton of different bugs that you might experience, like the fire lagging us to hell. No pun intended. Regardless, Bolt Sandbox does seem like another good alternative for a Sandbox mode if you're still waiting for the official one to be updated, or you just want something different to try out. It was mentioned that this game probably would get mounting support for the future, as the mounting API was released for any developers to use. And if Bolt Sandbox does use this, it'll be the first third-party Sandbox clone that actually supports it out of the box. Again, it's not a guarantee, but still would be cool to see regardless. It makes a ton of sense where there would be some people both excited and disappointed, but again, it's an unfinished game. And there's alternatives that the community has been working very hard to making a much better version of the Sandbox mode than the one that Gary has been working on. But let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely check out this video that's on screen to learn more about Sandbox. Thanks for watching.